When did Tupac first start coming around?
He was in this group called Strictly Dope with Ray Love and DJ Dize, or Dize is what we called them. They were managed at the time by Layla Steinberg. And Layla knew Atron, who we were signed to. And I guess Layla reached out to Atron, was like, I got these guys that I really want you to hear. And she kind of knew and was really focusing on Pac. You know, that was her. She knew he was the guy, but they were a group. So I know that Tupac had auditioned for Shock at Starlight Studios one time by himself, but the first time I met him was when the whole group came over to the house to Sleuth, who's my manager and our road manager, in West Oakland, 39th and Market. Came over to audition, stand out on the street. I remember pulling up, see these dudes standing out there, got out. They did one of their songs, routines. And for me personally, I thought that Ray and Tupac were the rappers. I thought that Ray and Tupac were equally talented as far as rapping, but soon after, just 5 minutes into meeting them, it was obvious that Tupac was the guy. He just had some kind of presence about him. When you around him, he just commanded your attention. And initially, obviously, when you first meet somebody, because we were the guys at the time, so you're trying to be humble, but you can kind of tell that he was, you know, he had it.
Okay. And Shock G led him into the group.
From that audition is what made Atron sign them to TNT Records, because he just wanted to know should he fuck with him or not.
Okay.
So we were like, yeah, it's cool. So it signed them to TNT. The next thing was to actually produce a demo for him to be shot. So because Shock was really busy, whatever we were doing, Jimmy, Chopmaster J, was kind of assigned to produce Strictly Dope's demo. And so he's the one that initially started making that music. Now at the same time, like I said, they're on 39th and Market. I live on 63rd and Market, like right where North Oakland and Berkeley kind of meet, but I'm in the hood, you know, and Tupac was attracted to that. And we're like the same age. And I had the turntables in my room, the 4-track and 40s, and bitches was coming through every day. You know what I mean? I just was at the party spot. So even when they would come out to record their demo, coming from Santa Rosa and Marin City, they would always stop by my crib. And that's kind of like how me and Tupac developed our relationship, because, you know, he would come into Oakland and I would take him around, you know, take him to go get his weed over on 13th Ave. So, you know, my guy, Big Lou, I was helping him navigate through and see what he wanted to see. You know, okay. I was like the liaison, because we were the closest in age, and I was really out there just doing what I did, you know.
So at what point did Tupac become part of Digital Underground?
So for some reason or another, Strictly Dope, they broke up or dissolved. I don't know why, because we had already been in, like I said, we toured Europe for like 2 months before Humpty Dance even came out, because Do What You Like was huge out there. And we came back and we were getting ready to go on our first national tour, I think with Big Daddy Kane. And Strictly Dope had broken up, but Atron had retained Tupac as a solo artist. And Tupac was fed up. He thought it was taking too long. So he's like, yo, I'm about to quit rapping. I'm about to go to Atlanta and join the New African Panthers, and I'm about to just dive into this political shit. Fuck rapping. It's taking too long.
Huh, I never knew that.
And he meant it. You know what I mean? So
right, because didn't Tupac have a song called Panther Power?
Yeah, he was all about it. And that's the other thing I forgot to mention, is that his mother was part of Panther 21, New York Black Panthers. My father was in the Black Panther Party, and I grew up in that. I went to the Oakland Community School, you know, in East Oakland, and I grew up in the school within the Black Panther Party. So that's the other thing that we had in common, is that when he would be talking what he wanted to do and how he wanted to help the community and whatnot, it wasn't foreign to me. You know, where everybody's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I get it. So we kind of got each other on that level as well. But anyways, when we were getting ready to go on this first tour, Atron hit up Shock and was like, yo, I'm about to lose him. You know, can you guys take him on tour with you? You know, he'll do anything. I just want to keep him busy before I lose him. And the initial plan was to bring my brother Cullen out on the road to be the other Humpty dancer with me. And Shock was like, you know, he got at me and was like, look, man, your brother doesn't do anything. He just dance, but, you know, we're thinking about replacing your brother with Tupac. But I got it, you know, Cullen didn't do shit. And Pac did. So I was like, yeah, it's cool. And not like my opinion mattered anyway, they were gonna do it. But I wasn't as disappointed or tripping as people might have thought. You know, plus he was my guy anyway. So I was like, yeah, good idea. So we brought him out on the first tour. And the misconception is that we brought him out to be a dancer. We didn't. We brought him out to do whatever was needed to be done. So he would help Fuse set up the turntables or, you know, set up the stage. During the show, he would get 4 bars here or do Pac-Man with Shock or Humpty or, you know, just kind of fill in the blanks of what was needed to be done. And when it was time to do the Humpty dance or any of the dances, he did those dances as well. But what I always tell people, every time you see Tupac dancing, you see me dancing.
Right.
Why am I not considered the dancer? We dance equally, so he didn't do any more dancing than anybody else did.